What's up, guys, and welcome to Week 1 of the Washington Commanders rebuild here on Madden 25. Now, if you guys saw the first episode, you know that the preseason did not go well for us. We ended up going 0-2-1, and unfortunately those last two games were pretty bad losses to some pretty decent teams. But hopefully that's just us kind of shaking off rust and the rookies being able to get acclimated to the NFL, and hopefully we can come into Week 1 against the Buccaneers and really kind of take them by storm. Now, of course, we do have a conference and a media interview to do before we get into this first game. And of course, I am a brand new coach, along with Nathan Gabriel here, who was an absolute superstar at wide receiver for the San Diego Bison in our last franchise series back in Madden 24. But he's out here being a coach now, and I don't know how he's really going to handle the rookie quarterback situation. I mean, what do? Do we go Jaden Daniels, or do we end up going with someone like Marcus Mariota? Now, come on. Really? Is that really much of a question here? I think I know what we're going to go with. He's definitely going to be playing. Jaden Daniels is a day one starter, and he is definitely going to be that for us in this Commanders franchise. So I understand we're missing out on a little bit of development, but no, we are not going to sit him. He is our best chance at having a pretty decent season, and as much as I don't necessarily want to just kind of throw him out there into the fire, I think he can definitely thrive out there. And again, he's got some pretty good weapons around him, and I think he can still do extremely well. And I do think he would do better than Mariota. No offense to Mariota. Great guy, I'm sure, but definitely not the leader of this Washington Commanders team. Now, as we get into practice here out into the practice field, they're going to be asking us a whole different set of questions. Apparently, we're going to be talking about what area of the team worries us the most. Can we just say everything? Now, honestly, I think it is going to be our defense. I know they are rated, I think, just a little bit higher than our offense. However, again, you saw how we were when we were playing defense. If we're going to be doing that this entire season, I definitely think we're going to have to do that. But I definitely think that our running game is going to be the best part of our game. I honestly think that I have a lot of faith in Eckler, especially now that he is X Factor. So we're definitely going to say that he is going to be the one that is going to be thinking, because he's a pretty shifty guy, and I think he can do really well out of the backfield, even if our offensive line doesn't really find a way to hold. But either way, I think that he could actually end up with 10 rushing touchdowns. I think that the 1,300 yards as a team would probably be a little safer because, again, Jaden Daniels is going to be going out there for a couple scrambles and all that, and we might actually work in the option a little bit. But for now, I think that, again, Eckler's going to be able to get 10 touchdowns, especially if we get down to the red zone. We don't want to take any unnecessary chances kind of going through the air, so I really trust that Eckler can go out there and really kind of punch the ball in. So before we get into this game against the Bucs, they actually have a pretty decent team here. Now, obviously, their offensive line is pretty good. I mean, Wirfs is a really great left tackle. You got Antoine Winfield Jr. out as a free safety, and even Simmons out there too. So again, a lot of talent, especially in their secondary. They still have Mike Evans. Vita Vea is going to be a monster up the middle. So again, if we're going to run, I think we're going to have to run to the outside. They do have Baker Mayfield as their main quarterback right now. He's sitting at an 80 overall in this game, and that's pretty damn good for him. So again, a lot of players on this team that we're going to have to watch out for. But again, especially as it pertains to their rushing attack, I think we can really kind of hold Jaylen Warren out there. So we might actually focus on the passing attack because, again, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and even Sterling Shepard out there at receiver are going to be pretty big threats, and we need to make sure that our secondary can hold them. So again, if that is the case, I think that we're definitely going to defend the short pass. I feel like if we can actually get some pressure on him, he's going to have to get the ball out early. And if we're defending that short pass, we can end up making him make a couple errors. Maybe we can pick the ball off. But either way, I think we can disrupt them a little bit. And as it pertains to our offensive game plan, I think we're going to work on the blitz counter. Again, we're going to be able to scramble out a little bit if we end up seeing them get up the middle. But we're just going to have to deal with it for now, and we'll see if we can really deal with them, especially up the middle. So as we get into this Week 1 matchup against the Buccaneers, we're on the road in Tampa Bay for Jaden Daniels' rookie debut. Wish we could have done this at home, but you know what? If we end up getting a victory here, I think everyone in Washington's going to be happy. So let's see if we can shock the world. And maybe shock the world is a little too drastic. Because honestly, if I told you it was Jaden Daniels versus Baker Mayfield, you'd probably say what? Maybe a coin flip or something like that? Either way, we're going to get a chance to see what they can do here as we start out on defense. Baker Mayfield leading these Buccaneers. Let's see if we can get them to a 3-and-out to start this game. It does not look like that is going to be the case as they end up getting a really big run by Warren. Shouldn't have said anything about being able to bottle them up. But that's not to say that we're going to have really bad snaps like that all game. Because I feel like we can... Wow, never mind. Wow, we can't even get the tackle there. I was going to say, I think that we can do well if we drop back into zone, but that did not end up being the case. And Mayfield is making our defense look absolutely horrible, man. He looks like a superstar out there. Just like they drafted him to be. Well, not the Buccaneers, but the Browns. Man, and our secondary is not getting in on them. They got to be going back to the run sometime soon, right? Especially here on 2nd and 1. Yeah, no way they weren't. Come on, someone get there. Break free of your blocker. Come on. Unfortunately, that still ended up being a first down. So they got a fresh set of downs with 3.5 left here on the 17-yard line. Can we get through? We could have, but unfortunately, we ended up diving before we could get to the quarterback. That's going to be a 2nd and 4. We are not looking good right now. Well, I need to practice. Let's be completely honest here. Because I am not doing much. Come on, get out there. Let's stop them. Nice. 3rd and 2. It's the first third down of the day for them. So let's see if we can make the best of it. So let's get in there. Let's disrupt the pass. Let's not let them get anything out. Don't tell me that that was one of us that jumped off sides. Thank you very much. That is going to be a false start. That's going to help us out quite a bit. That is now going to be a 3rd and 7, which means that we're going to have to do our best here to get them off the field. They don't really have an option to run anymore. They're going to have to throw, so we end up leaving them wide open, huh? That's great. We had a chance to get them off the field and only have them get 3, but nope. Oh, he beat him so badly off the line, too. And maybe man coverage isn't our strength. And that is how our defense starts the season, giving up a big touchdown to Mike Evans. But this does allow our offense to now go to work. And let's see if we can get some points on the board as well. But needless to say, we are starting with the run here. Again, I did say that Eckler was going to have a really good season as he breaks off a tackle, gets out there, and ends up picking up 9 on his first run of the game. Let's go for the RPO right here. Let's see if we can pick up the first down. There we go. Great pass on the screen out there. It's good to know that we're actually making good decisions on those RPOs. So let's go. Let's run it up the middle. We have a huge hole there. Eckler ends up picking up the first down up to the 45. So I think Eckler has really opened up the passing game. So let's go for the play action here. Oh, we get them to bite. Let's go. Great catch by Dotson. That's going to be a first down up to the 29. And that's going to lead to one more run before the end of the first quarter as Eckler gets another pretty big hole and almost gets up to another first down. That is going to be a gain of 8 and the end of the first quarter. And as we wind it down, this is our first drive still. We're still working downfield. That's great, but we've still given up a touchdown. It's time for us to respond. And to start, I know we only need 2 yards, but let's go for the toss. Let's see if he can get the speed out there. Thankfully, he breaks off the tackle from Vea, tries to juke and kind of cut upfield. Doesn't get that, but still ends up picking up a good gain up to the 15. So is it dumb to go for a passing play here when we've been cooking with the rushing attack? Yeah, probably, but I'm still okay with that. Eckler gets out there for a good catch and a gain of 8 down to the 7. And we might have the middle open here, and we really need to pick up the first down. So let's do it. Great block. No! Eckler! 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 Buddy, you're usually pretty sure-handed. Oh, no. I don't know how they knocked that ball out, but Levante David gets in. And that's going to be their second touchdown of the game, and the start of our season's not looking good. And yeah, that ball's out way before he gets down. How did he let go of that? So as we go down 14-0, we still need to look at the positives. Minus that fumble, we were definitely working their defense. So who's to say that we can't do that again? Am I right? Let's get some good blocks here. I was hoping we can get a good return. So despite the fumble, we're going to go right back to the ground. Let's just show that we have some faith in him as he runs up the middle. Kind of pinballs around and ends up picking up 7. So 2nd and 3, we don't need a huge gain, but we still might try to get one. Depends on who ends up getting open here and the type of look they gave us. And there we go. We got Senat ends up getting in the game. and gets his first reception in the NFL. So RPO time. Let's see if we can get a good run up the middle. If not, a good gain on the bubble screen out there, which is what we're going to do. Let's go, Zach. I don't know his real name. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Over the season, I will, though. We'll learn it. And remember how I said we were going to start to run the option, too? Here it comes right here. We're going to hold on to that. Jaden, way to go. That's a first down. But I did say we need to protect him a little bit, so we might need to start sliding. So this play never really worked well in Madden 24 for me, but let's see if it does in 25 as we get the counter. Yeah, I just don't know how to run that. But as we get past the 2-minute warning, we're past midfield. I feel like we can do well here in Ertz. What a catch, baby. Hits him on that fade right there. And we are down to the 9-yard line. I don't know why I went hurry up there. That was not what I meant to do. But you know what? If this can result in a touchdown, I will be happy as Jaden Daniels gets up the middle. And his first NFL touchdown is going to be on the ground. I did say in that first episode that he is as big of a threat on the ground as he is through the air, and he just showed it right there. And there we go. We have our first touchdown of the season, courtesy Jaden Daniels. So we may be down, but we're not out as we end up kicking the extra point, and it is 14-7. Like I said before, I have a lot of faith in this offense. Oh no, but do I in special teams? And that is not what we want to see when there's only a minute 20 left. We do not want them getting points because we are getting the ball back at half. And it would be really nice to be able to have a chance to tie the game up at 14. We do not want them to get even into field goal range. Oh, and no one's there to be able to stop Evans. Now, we're supposed to have a pretty decent defensive line. I don't know why we can't do anything with them. Great stop right there, and that's a 2nd and 4 as the clock keeps running. So I think we need to start upping like our blitz usage here because, man, I feel like we need to get a little more pressure. That was a really terrible play by us, but we still found a way to get him down. That's the important thing. As long as he's not in the end zone, right? Wow. Great pass right there. Quick one to Evans. And they're just killing us in the passing game. It's crazy. And we can't even find him right in the middle of our zone. We're supposed to have 5 guys in that mid-range. And Godwin still finds a way to get the ball and gets in the end zone. But this will give Daniels a little bit of time to see if we can score. I was going to say it's a 2-minute drill, but it's a lot less time than that. We can't be afraid to throw to the sideline. You know what I mean? That's where we're really going to have to keep it. There we go. Never mind. Ertz ends up... No! He ended up dropping it, and we wasted a timeout for no reason for that. Bro, I thought he caught that, so I wanted to call the timeout as soon as possible. I should have waited just a little bit, and that is on me. But let's see. A little extra redemption. He cannot get that. So if we're going to get anything, let's see if we can just get the screen. Let's keep the clock moving. Never mind. He can't even catch that. He was not ready, apparently. So unfortunately, we are going to have to punt this one away, and that is a horrible punt. That is totally on me, but that'll bounce a little bit. And hopefully that'll keep him out of field goal range before half. Thankfully, they only have 1 timeout, so let's just get through to them. There we go. Keep it in bounds. And with no timeouts, this should just go to half. It should be 21-7. And we need our offense to really pick it up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? There we go. Thank you very much for knocking that out. I don't know how we got so much time there to throw, but we need to definitely work on that. Thank you very much for stopping them. And that's going to be a 4th and 7, and that's how we end the half. So things are not looking good week 1 right now. We're sitting at 21-7, down by 2 scores. We do get the ball back. And again, minus that last drive, our offense actually looks pretty good. So let's find a game plan that actually works, and let's stick to that. Because honestly, our medium throw, despite the fact that only really thrown it, was that 1 out of 9 times, 100% completion, 118 rating, I actually kind of like that. But honestly, if we keep running to the outside, I think we'll be fine if that's our main focus. And for them, honestly, that medium pass has been killing us, so I think we need to switch to that. That short pass isn't as bad as the medium right now. But despite the fact that we're down, let's just run to the outside. Stick to the game plan. Let's see if we can get the speed. We sure can. Tiptoes along the sideline, stays in bounds, and we're down to the 40. Let's just keep marching the ball downfield. I feel pretty good about that. If we can he get out there? Throw it. No, I thought he was going to throw it. And that is a big loss of 14, unfortunately. And we're down to a 2nd and 24. Yikes. I don't know why we're going play action, but we're going play action. Let's get Ertz. I feel like they made a little contact, but that's okay. We'll not talk about that. Let's go verticals here. Why not? McLaurin across the middle. If not, we got Dotson potentially on the outside. So let's see. Or we can get Zach. Yes, no. Unfortunately, that sack did really kind of stall that drive. And now we're going to be punting away. Let's see if we can get a good bounce. We do. That goes down to the 26. But we should not be celebrating punts. We should be celebrating touchdowns. So let's work on that. But it is, again, week 1. Let's figure out a way to get them down. Get there! Damn it. I was hoping that Forrest was going to be able to get over there and be able to make the pick, but no such luck. So they have first down past midfield now, unfortunately. We need to stop their run. There we go. How did he bounce off that like that? Man, Warren is a better halfback than I was expecting. That is on me. Warren, I was not familiar with your game. My bad. Now they're going to try to pound it up the middle to get the first. You bet they are. And they got a little hold to be able to get it, too. Down to the 32. So let's do something a little fun here. Let's send Forrest on a blitz. Why not? See if we can disrupt the pass a little bit. Get out there. Thank you very much. But unfortunately, we didn't get the sack. He just threw it away. We had a really good shot at it, but we just didn't. Come on, get a stop here. Get him out. I can't believe he ended up tiptoeing over there. That's another first down. Mayfield, 153 and 2 touchdowns. That is rough. Rough. Extremely. My goodness. 1st and 10. They're going to run. They do. Get him down. Again, just bouncing off of tackles. And he ends up getting down to the 3-yard line. Another first down. We need to get pressure. And stop this rushing attack. Because this is a lot better than I was expecting. Again, my bad for underestimating them. And we are not going to be able to get over there. That is going to be another touchdown. It's going to end up being 28-7. We need to find a way to make a comeback. I don't know how we're going to do that in a matter of 8 minutes, but we'll find a way. And I honestly feel like maybe we should up the quarter length to maybe like 8 minutes? But you guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. So we need to make some big splash plays here. Because if not, we are super screwed. Oh, way to go. You hit him right in the ass. Nice work. So we had a screen that didn't work earlier. Let's see if we can make that work this time. Nice. Get out there. I don't know why we're even doing this. That's going to be a hold. So, unfortunately, this is going to get brought back. And I was praising Sammy before in the preseason, too. Man, I thought he was going to be extremely flawless, but that was not the case. And we had to try to go deep there. In 3rd and 18, we were not going to get it. We need to find 18 yards here. How are we going to find 18 yards? We are not. We're going to find the turf. And this has been a really bad showing, unfortunately, for this Washington Commanders team. As he ends up running out of bounds, thankfully, that could have been a decent return. And our defense just needs to make a stop here. Not because it's going to be a way for us to win, but because we need to finish this game with a little bit of dignity. And no offense to the Buccaneers, but they are not what I consider a perennial playoff team. So, losing this badly to a team like this is a little rough, but again, their wide receiver core is just so phenomenal. Like, legitimately, how do you stop Godwin and Mike Evans? Makes no sense to me. Come on, guys, let's get him down finally. Only a gain of 3. Best one today, I think. I don't think our defense has even gotten a TFL. Oh my gosh, and you allow him to just run right up the middle. And that's how we're going to end the 3rd quarter. I am extremely disappointed in how we're playing today. It sucks because I think I am going to up the quarter length to 8 minutes. And that's going to add an extra, what would that be? An extra 2 minutes per quarter, 4 quarters. It's an extra 8 minutes to the game. That means that Tampa Bay could have potentially scored around like 42, maybe even potentially up to 49 or 56. So I do not want that to happen to us later in the season, as they just keep working it downfield. Team is just way too damn good, man. Can't believe I'm saying that about the Bucs. Oh, that's going to be a terrible play action. We almost had that. I thought he caught that in the end zone with 2 guys on him, and then the ball glitched over to our defender, and then the ball just popped out. Not going to complain, though. We'll just say good coverage on that one. Let's get into the backfield. Come on. Come on, Baker. Nope. Oh my gosh, why did we just dive on that one? That's a 3rd and 1. Now we need to bring out a blitz package here. We're sending 6. I know that leaves everyone man on man, but we're just going to have to deal with it. And that's what happens when you do that. We go down by 4 possessions. Not a great showing for this Commanders defense. Although not a great showing for this Commanders offense either. They started off pretty well, but unfortunately we've kind of fizzled since. So garbage time. Let's see if we can just get a couple extra yards. There we go. We got Ertz. That's a great pass. Get to the sideline, work upfield, and get hit out. Now, if only we could have done that the rest of the game, too. Man, that would have been really, really great. There we go. Let's just take our check down over to Ertz. And that's going to be a gain of 6. But, hey, you know what? If we would have done this earlier in the game, we probably wouldn't be in the position that we're in. We might actually have made this a competitive game. But, hey, you know what? You live and you learn. Over to Eckler. Get to the outside. There we go. Nice little juke in. And he finally gets taken down at the 32. That took forever, though. So are they going to go into more of a prevent defense? Or are they just going to pretty much send the house? Looks like it's the latter. 2nd and inches. Well, we're knocking on the door of a potential score again. Let's see if we can actually make that happen. Thank you. That's got to be interference. He nudged him off the line. So come on. Give me that ball right back. We need to score now. So I did say in that interview that Eckler was going to have 10 rushing touchdowns. So let's see if we can kind of mark one of them off the board right here as he gets hit back, but still down to the 2-yard line. And we're going to try to punch it in with him. I mean, honestly, we need to find a way to do that. 2nd and 2, at the very least, get it up to a 1st down. But let's just take that touchdown. We'll make it a 3-score game. Not that that's necessarily going to matter. But let's get Eckler his 1st touchdown of the season, too. And we do have 3 timeouts, but the problem is our defense just isn't stopping them. So what's the point of using all 3 timeouts if we never get them to a 4th down, right? Oh my gosh, come on, you got to stop them. The other good thing, too, is we do have the 2-minute warning. That's going to help as well. But really, realistically, they're in shoot clock. So we need to find a way to stop their rushing attack. So at this point, let's just try to stop the run here. You know that that's what they have to go with. So there we go. Let's call it 1st timeout. Now, if they're doing the same thing again, we know how to stop them. Otherwise, might be a little screwed here. There we go. Good stop. Yeah, committing to the run is definitely the key right now. And we only have to do it one more time, too. Imagine if we ended up getting the ball back and we ended up getting a quick score. You never know what could happen. It's very unlikely, though. No, he ended up catching that? That's rough, and that is unfortunately how this game is going to end. And we do have a timeout, we can call that, but no, at this point, game is over. Let's just keep them out of the end zone, because I don't want them to score just another touchdown here, you know? Guys, let's get to them. And now they're going to line up in victory formation. And the first game of this rebuild, it just did not go well, unfortunately. The good news? At least we know that we have someone who is going to be a good quarterback for us going forward and later into the future, too. He's only a rookie, and he actually looked pretty poised out there. Don't get me wrong, he did get sacked a couple times, and we did have a couple of drives that really stalled, but realistically, no really big mistakes, you know? And he ended up getting a rushing touchdown, still looking for that first passing touchdown. And you gotta be kidding me, are they really gonna go for the field goal on this? Oh, you assholes. I am going to remember this. And just for that, man, we're going deep on one. You've got to be kidding me. I do not feel happy with that. Let's go, McLaurin. That's huge. That's going to be a pass interference. And we have a chance to actually get one more touchdown before the end of the game. So let's go 4 verts here. Let's find someone in the end zone. I think that's going to be Dotson. Get there, buddy. No, we're down at the 1. That sucks. That could have been his first passing touchdown in the NFL. But instead, he gets down to the 1. Add some more yards to his total, but did not get in the end zone. And we end up going down 38-14. And again, if we see them again, I'm going to remember that field goal in garbage time. But like I said, you know, Jaden Daniels did not play bad. I mean, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't great, but no mistakes. Maybe played a little timid, but still not too bad. 11 for 19, 163. Still looking for that first passing touchdown. Mayfield just looked phenomenal. 217, 4 touchdowns. On the ground, though, Jaylen Warren, man, he just ran all over us. 4 broken tackles too, but 12 for 95, no touchdowns. Eckler did end up fumbling in a very crucial spot, but still made up for it with that 1 touchdown, 9 for 61, average 6.7. Glad that our run blocking is actually pretty good. And then Jaden Daniels went out there 2 for 13 and a touchdown as well. Now in the receiving game, I don't even want to look at that. Godwin ended up having 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evans 57 and 2 touchdowns as well. But looking at our team though, Ertz was the main one. 62 yards, Eckler 21 on screens. Dotson at 50, including that 1 for 34 at the end of the game. I'm still going to learn how to say his name. But 10 yards, McLaurin only 1 for 10. We need to hit him a bit more. And then Sanat 1 for 10. But defensively, Chin ended up having 8 tackles. Wagner with 6. We did have 2 TFLs, so I guess I was wrong on that. But Farrell and Chin both with 1 TFL apiece. No sacks, no interceptions, and unfortunately no forced fumbles either. And that explains, again, why we ended up losing 38 to 14 because of that field goal at the end. Again, not the way that we really wanted to start this rebuild, but something that wasn't completely unexpected. We can definitely get better. We're getting the jitters out. That was a road game to start, but if I'm not mistaken, which I definitely could be, our next game is going to be at home. So let's advance the week. Let's see our matchup here against the Giants. I'm really hoping that since they are only a 78 overall, that we can end up taking them down, especially at home too. We are an 81 overall now, which is really nice. Our offense crawled up to an 80, but we're definitely going to have to improve that a bit. Now, we'll get into that press conference in the next video before we end up taking on the Giants so we can talk strategy and all that good stuff as we end up taking them on, because despite the fact that, they are not a high overall, it's still going to be a pretty difficult matchup for us. Lawrence up the middle is going to be really tough. Brian Burns is going to be incredible as a linebacker. Their defense is probably going to be a big challenge for our offense, but hopefully their struggling offense is not going to be a big challenge for our defense, and they can have a really big bounce back week where we don't give up more than just a couple touchdowns. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, we're going to be advancing to 8-minute quarters going forward instead of the 6. And if you guys have any other suggestions for this rebuild or just for settings or anything, let me know down in the comments and I'll definitely take that to heart and we'll see what we can do. But again, thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.